Hi, so my hint for today is about change and coping with change. And I know I've talked about this before, but at the moment, as you know, in the UK, we are about to go through another change. And there's a lot of uncertainty around that and what that might mean for people. And there's a lot of old feelings when I'm talking to people surfacing again, and people just not sure how to cope with that and how to deal with it. So the first thing is to remember that when you go through a period of change, it is very similar to the grief cycle. So a lot of the feelings that you would associate with the grief cycle will be very similar. So I'll just go through this again. It's denial, and that avoidance, confusion, shock, fear, then anger, frustration, irritation, anxiety, depression, feeling overwhelmed, helpless, hostility, bargaining, struggling to find meaning, reaching out to others, and then acceptance, exploring options, new plan in place and moving on. Now, again, don't forget with the grief cycle, you don't just go in a nice, smooth line, that you go backwards and forwards and all over the place. So those feelings can bubble up all over the place. But if you start to feel yourself feeling a little bit out of sorts, just think, what's going on here? What am I feeling? And could that be part of this? And then really it's about thinking about what worked for you last time that we went through this and went into lockdown, and what didn't work for you. And the things that didn't work for you, what can you do differently this time? How can you, knowing your own, how you cope with change and your own personality, what could you do differently to make things a bit better going into this period of change now? And then the last thing that I just want to mention is that you can think about what is in your control. So what is in your control today? What's in your control this week, what's in your control this month, and maybe even this year. And maybe just spend a few minutes jotting some of those down. Because actually, if you can realise that there are some things that you're in control of here, that it's not all just happening to you from outside, but you can take some control back, then that can be really helpful. So that's my hint for today.